Hey guys, this is TheHigherCommand Gameplays. I'm ShadowRadish77, and in this episode we're going to be continuing with Halo Reach.
Invasion. Defense.
With Halo Reach, this is the third part of the June update. We've done Zombie Ghosts from Infection, and we've done the Invasion Refinery. Now we're doing Invasion Overgrowth. As I said in the previous episode with the Refinery, I'm not going to go over the top with details. I'm not going to give massive over the top description, stuff like that. I'm basically going to say like how my game's going, show where everything is, describe how things roll, what's going on, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get on with that. So what it is unlike Refinery, on this map it's the Spartans that are attacking instead of the elites. Which is a nice change because, I like a good change up. But yeah, what it is first phase is kind of similar to Refinery. If you haven't seen Refinery, one side is slightly less armoured, but it's like a bit further away from the spawn zones, so it's a bit easier to hold out, unless there's a swarm of enemies. And there's a more armoured section on the other side. But it's a bit closer to the spawn point, so it's your choice on where you want to attack. But yeah, the elites completely annihilated us on that first wave, and we're already on the second phase for the Spartans. As you saw, as I'm walking, where I'm walking now, that is the main stronghold for the Spartans, and they're going to be holding out in there, protecting the secondary objectives and the core, which will appear on the third. For the elites, I won't go into too much detail with the elites because I can describe the elites on the elite phase. But basically, as you'll be able to see anyway, the elites on the second phase get a ghost and a wraith, while the humans, as you just saw drive past me, get a warthog. But yeah, that's basically as much as I can describe at the moment.
Under attack.
There's focus rifle drops around the map. I think there's 2 altogether. There's quite a few stickies around, quite a few places to jump around and stuff. I enjoy the running around different structures and stuff. Gives me some protection against gunfire and stuff like that. Obviously it's the same kind of layout as regular Invasion, where it's like first phase you get sprint, and then second phase you get like armor lock and hologram. And then obviously third phase you get the shot, armor lock and drop shield. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now I'm going to be fighting off the elites and hoping that they don't capture my secondary objective. I can hope. Although I think they've got me on this point, because I don't think I can defend after this. I may if I run, but I'm not. Yeah, there we go. Now the third phase is active, and now we're going to stop them taking the core. Sweet assassination there. Double kill to add to that. Nice. But yeah, this is going to be where the core is, and this is where I'm guessing where most of the fighting is going to be held. Because, to be honest, the Spartans spawn just up the stairs from there, and the elites usually come in about 2s or 3s. So yeah, it's probably going to be a big area if they can't get the core out. But yeah, what it's basically going to come down to at the moment is we're basically going to be patrolling the area for now until that one lucky elite does get in and pinches the core from us. So it's pretty much a waiting game on this one. It's a pretty secure fortress, so if they get in, if they haven't brought them all in at once, you can usually put them into a chokehold, which is quite useful for the Spartans. At the same time, a bit annoying for the elites if you don't bring out some kind of strategy. But that's what I like about Invasion. There's you can strategize. It's quite fun. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. The focus rifle is really helping me really well with taking down any shields from a distance. And then I've got the assault rifle for any quick attacks that I've got. A couple of the soldiers, I think, have just gone and took down the Wraith, so that's good on our terms. And yeah, this is what I mean. It gets to the point where I almost died because I had about 2 of them, both with energy swords. I don't know how I got the double kill though, but you know, I'm guessing it was from one of the lucky throws. I don't know. I just say that I was lucky on that part. But yeah, carrying on. The core's still here. We haven't been touched yet. It's good to bring in a close quarters weapon because, as you've seen, the elites aren't very lucky at the moment. They've been swinging, but they haven't been lunging. If they'd been lunging, I would have probably been dead a couple of times by now. But yeah, there isn't really much to explain, to be honest. It's basically Invasion, just with a different map. Yeah, I don't really know what else to explain. I'd probably say just kick back and listen to me ramble until the next fun bit shows up, next bit of information, really. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say. This match goes on quite a bit. I think we've got something like 1 more minute left-ish, if that. We've got like 5 seconds until that. Oh yeah, and on that's something I forgot to mention. On the 3rd phase, the aliens get the Banshee and the humans get the Scorpion. So that adds to the arsenal if you can get them outside. If you can get the core outside, it's really fun gameplay, because then you've got everything out in the open and it's basically an all-out firefight because you've got the spawns pretty equal. Yeah, the trees can be a nuisance. I just crashed into one. Yes, they can be a pain in the ass, but you know,
30 seconds.
I suppose at the same time they can do a bit of cover, but to me I'm not really that happy with trees. I don't like trees. I would rather burn them, to be honest, but you know, if they're there, they're going to be there. You can't really do anything about it. To be honest, I'm not sure if that was a good move or not. It depends on what tactic you're trying to think of, to be honest. I blew it up at one point. They've got a ray further away from our base, but at the same time, you know, it means they'd have a damaged one, which means it'd be easier to destroy. You know, I guess it depends on what you feel like doing, in all honesty. But yeah, it's what you need to figure out is whether you're going to be fighting inside or outside. If you can get someone to bring the core outside, then you need to bring energy swords and shotguns because it's going to be close quarters all the way. However, if you can get it outside, it's you might as well bring vehicles and something that can reach a bit further, like, I don't know, like a DMR assault rifle, anything that's not a shotgun or an energy sword, really. So yeah, that's enough rambling on from the first section. This is the second section. This is the elite section. You start off at the beach at the bottom. I have to say it took us a bit longer to do this, as we were down 3 members and they were only down 1, so it was necessarily 3 on 5 really. So yeah, it took us a bit longer, but as you'll see further on, we do get it done. I'm not going to spoil too much because, to be honest, I'd rather say it when it gets there. So yeah, there's the other one I was talking about. That one's got a bit more, not much, but it has got a little bit more armour on it, because you've been surrounded by all sides, and then all you've got to do is watch out for that little spawn zone up there. But yeah, you can use this, to be honest, if you have like 2 people, 1 on each side of that. As long as the Spartans don't swarm you, you've got a pretty nice cover there. On the other hand, you've got this one that I'm approaching, you know, a bit closer and a bit further away from the spawn zones as well. That can be quite useful if you don't have the numbers, as I am about to show you. And also, even then, if you're not going to use it and like 2 others, like we've got in this game, for instance, try and take the other one, you know, at least you've set off an alarm and you've brought the Spartans over to another side, you know. So yeah, I think we're about to kick the Spartans' ass. They don't realise that, you know, we've got more than 1 in this section. Can't hit him at all. That was probably not one of my finest moments, but, you know, it's there. Massive explosion, took out, what, 4 people at once. Well, there we go. The elites have now moved on to the second section. That bit I was just looking at, that little bit just as I respawned, that's where one of the focus rifles is going to be spawning. You probably saw me pick up a couple that were on the ground. That's where one of them spawns. So yeah, if you want to keep a note of that or whatever, I'll probably be picking up more as the game goes further on. That was not nice. That was, not only did I get crushed, but I got flung up and my back broken into a wall. Yeah, that was pretty painful. There we go. There's the focus rifle drop. There's the Wraith. And if I look around, there was someone firing at it, but I don't see him, so I'm going to carry on. So yeah, running over, as you see, the elites that were coming in on the human round, this is where they come from. So yeah, if we run through, that's one of the capture points. The problem with the capture point on that side that I was just looking at was the fact that they have a roof on that side. And because they have a roof on that side, if they've got like any close quarter weapons, or if they can just get you by surprise and beat you down, assassinate you, whatever, you're gonna have some trouble, to be honest, because they can just jump down. You can't do anything about it unless you have some, I don't know, unless you have heavy weapon. There's always a counter for a counter, I guess. And then the other side is the one that I was defending earlier, where it's got a bit more protection, you know, but it's a bit more open. And it's not as open as this, but it is kind of open. It's a bit further away. I prefer the one on the other side because it's got that nice mix of both. But you know, everyone has their own preferences, you know. So yeah, I'm going to carry on, and by the looks of it, I think I'm determined to go for the one on the other side. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to evade my way through so that I get there that little bit quicker. I'm going to get in, and this is the bit I was talking about. It's a bit more shut out from the rest of it, and the spawn zones aren't as close. And that is why I prefer this side. Plus that, and you've got a straight, you know, like a doorway kind of thing, so if anything walks through, you'll easily see it. But yeah, plus that, and if you can bring a vehicle like you've just seen, like a Wraith come in, you've got that place covered unless they jump down and from the other side and they surprise you. But yeah, that's pretty much the second round. As you see, those red lines are actually quite clever. It's like a garage, but it's like boneyards. You can only get in if you respawn in there. So it's like the only way you can get the vehicles is by, like, if you're on the elite side, by killing the driver and taking them. And if you've got something like a Scorpion, that's a bit difficult. Warthog not so much, but you know, you get what I mean. That ledge up there from, you know, games like Hemorrhage, that's still there. That's quite useful, especially if you've got a sniper, because then not only have you got the roof, but then you've got the sniper on top as well. And I think I've got it here, if I'm correct. Yep, I died, but I managed to pick up the second phase and move on to the third. And from here I'm going to pick up my hologram and my energy sword alongside with a focus rifle, so I've got my long range and my close range, and I've got a pretty nice combination altogether. I would have preferred to keep my energy sword or whatever, but you know. Just then you just saw the Banshee fly past. That's come to us now that we're on the third phase, and I'm about to get annihilated. The hologram is not tricking them, and I've just been shot in the face and done a front roll. Anyway, so yeah, carrying on. So the humans have decided to bring out their tank, so I thought it'd be common courtesy to bring out ours. So here comes in the cavalry. And remember, this is only a 3-on-5, so to say we've gotten this far with only 3 players, this is not actually quite bad. Most of the matches I'm in, when we're on lower players, we don't tend to do as well, but this is going quite well. I'm proud of the team I had. Like, I would happily give them some kind of thumbs up. Yeah, open warfare with the tanks is not good for the simple reason that unless you know where the mortifier is going to land, the Wraith's a bit tricky to get the Scorpion from further range, and the Banshee blows up from one shot from, I think, either of the tanks. So you got to be careful when you're going out, because the Scorpion can destroy you quite quickly. Plus that, and if the Scorpion destroys one of the vehicles, that's pretty much one of your men gone as well. So unless you can get some infantry in. Look at this. You know, it's very rare that I see someone actually fall for the hologram, but when they do, it's brilliant. Adding to that the fact that he turns around and gives me that look, knowing that he's picked the wrong one. Yeah, that was some good moving around with the Banshee, managing to dodge the tank shells and going in for the kill. And now I'm going to sneak around the back. That's what she said. And and take out these two, so that way, because you know, from what I've seen, they usually have 2, maybe 3 defending the core at once. As you'll see, the third one's just come around the corner from defending the front. Take him out, and there's no one else around. So I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing a 3-on-5, and we've got further than the 5 did, which I'm really impressed with. I'm really happy with how we've done. So yeah, carrying on, pick up the focus rifle again, pick up my classic combo like I always do. Send out another hologram, although I doubt it's going to work a second time. You know, the Wraith is really good. You know, armor lock can do quite a bit of damage to it, but you know, if they get too close, you dash them. See, that's where it was. Luckily, I killed him before he could hijack. But yeah, if they don't have armor lock and they're coming close, you do a little bit of a dash. You've got them. The tanks managed to come around the corner and sneak up on me, so I couldn't get the core any further. But yeah, carrying on. So now, that's the tank. The tank's now gone again. So that's a bonus on our side, to be honest, because whenever they don't have that tank, we do a bit better. But yeah, I'm going to carry on taking out this guy with some help from the Banshee. Take some proper balls to, you know, walk in front of a guy with superheated plasma pointing to a blade. You know, Banshee was a little bit late, but I guess late's better than never, I suppose. So go pick up my combo again and carry on going over. And oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. Stupid me. That cave that's got the blue around it, that is the score zone. You'll see how close we get. It's horrible to see how close we got and we didn't make it. But, you know, as I've mentioned earlier, I'm proud of my team and I'm happy I had them. So yeah, that's it for this episode. This is the TheHigherCommand gameplays. And thanks for watching my video, guys. I'll see you in the next video. See you around.